Hey there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back. I'm your host, Patsun, and today we're gonna be taking a look at r/relationship advice, where OP's wife did truly something unforgivable. Let's begin. Am I wrong to be jealous of my wife? Posted by Reddit user in the end.
I got married last year and we met through family. We weren't in love before marriage, but we agreed to get married as we're both from the same small community and liked each other enough.
That's stupid! You're stupid! Stop being stupid!
My wife is a dentist and very career-focused, so she works really long hours. She doesn't have a lot of close friends apart from the 8 or so people in her department. Besides me, she only hangs out with them, and to be honest, she spends more time with them as she spends a lot of time at work. There's one guy who's 3 years younger than her. He seems like a very nice guy, very soft and helpful and friendly sort of person. My wife always seems to hang out with him. Every time she posts a photo on Instagram, the guy is almost always right next to her. In almost every work video I see she posts, her and the guy are standing next to each other. If there are 10 people in the group photo, she and the guy are always next to each other. In quite a few photos, I see his arm over her shoulder. My wife has never given me a reason to be suspicious of her. I don't believe she has any romantic feelings for the guy, but she very much likes him as a friend and colleague. But I don't know the guy all too well. Yesterday I brought up the fact that in every photo and video she posts, the guy is always next to her and that I'm a bit uncomfortable with that. I don't think she believes there ever was anything between them, otherwise she wouldn't post all those photos. She got quite upset that I even thought that way. I asked her why she's so fond of him. She said he's like a younger brother to her. And that he's the one always helping her out with compliance and other work-related issues. And that he's 3 years younger and so it's impossible for there to be any romantic feelings. She then asked why am I being so possessive? That she's never known any man to be possessive. Only women and men who are like women, gay and trans in her own words, were the ones she knew to be possessive. I was about to create a huge issue. Did she think I'm not being masculine by being possessive? She said it's not like that, just that those were the only people in her life she knew to be possessive. Am I being unreasonable in being uncomfortable with another man being so friendly with her? She said these are her friends and very important to her and I shouldn't control her like how a lot of men control their wives. Sometimes I think I have a terrible mind, that I think the worst things and don't have a good and clean heart. She does, and that's why she's being all innocent. But then I also think, why is a guy being so friendly and helpful to a woman? What's his agenda? Would appreciate thoughts. Thank you.
OP, I don't think you're being possessive at all. You have a good reason to be suspicious. Male and female friendships are very rarely platonic. One of them, if not both, definitely sees the other in a romantic way. Also, she has an excellent way of gaslighting you. You need to keep your guard up and not fall for it. I suggest you dig a little deeper. You'll definitely find out more. And now for today's second story. My wife has a new gay friend. Now I wonder if my wife might be gay. Posted by Reddit user Grumpy Old Ass Guy.
My wife and I met and befriended a nice lesbian couple last year and we started hanging out with them. They seemed so wise and enlightened and nice. Now things have started to turn. Neither of us couples have much family, so, over the last year and a half, we all became each other's extended family in a way. My wife and I have 5 children who are mostly grown. Our children love their aunties and we all spend a lot of time together on family vacations and holidays. We also get together for a bottle of wine on most weekends. I have really enjoyed our new friendship, until recently. Since meeting these two, my wife has changed a lot. She has become quite the rainbow warrior. Every LGBT rally, parade, or cause will find her on the front lines. I support this, but am not as involved. It's not really my scene, especially not the drag shows. As the oldest, whitest, most straight-looking male in the room, I find myself being groped, taunted and teased a lot at these events. Gay. I don't like it, but my wife and friends dismiss my concerns as, he's just uptight. The most concerning thing to me is my wife's ever-growing relationship with one of the ladies. They are in almost constant touch throughout the day. Over the last 6 months there has not been a single minute of either of their lives which hasn't been accounted for to one another. They text constantly, they speak on the phone several times per day. The first person my wife speaks to in the morning is this girl. The last person she speaks to before bed is this person. They go out to movies on a weekly basis and often go to dinner alone together. And now, they have even started working together. My wife got her a job. They spend a lot of time together. I like that she has friends. She always has had friends to go out with. She also belongs to a lot of clubs and attends their functions. I support this, for sure, although she doesn't do much with her friends or clubs much anymore ever since she started hanging out with this new friend. The worst thing for me is, I no longer have singular access to my wife and her thoughts. Every single discussion we ever have, finances, Christmas, family matters, are now filtered through her gay friend for approval and support. Often, I am outvoted on private matters that I don't believe are anyone else's business. Every private issue or small quibble my wife and I have is dragged out for debate between her new friend and myself against my will. Often this is where I'm told I'm being controlling, misogynist, patriarchal, narcissistic, and all of the other popular buzzwords. Lee thinks she protests too much. At this point my marriage is in shambles. We aren't intimate. My wife has begun hiding things from me. She put a code on her phone, started a new private bank account, and misleads me about where she is. For the record, I never check her phone. I grabbed hers to check the ring cam. Mine was in the other room. I couldn't get in. She said she put the code on her phone months ago. She already has access to all the money in all of our accounts, and I don't really care where she is. It's never been an issue in our marriage. Maybe I would care now. She has gone a lot. I dunno. Things just kind of add up. It's not even very complicated math, right? Just needed to get this off my chest. For the record, I am not able to speak to her about her friend. She's not open to it. She tells me that my feelings about the issue are masked homophobia and blatant misogyny. She says if I can't be open and supportive of her friendship, then she's not open to speaking about my concerns.
OP, you need to realize that your wife is already pulling away and displaying some very suspicious behavior. You may need to contact a lawyer just to see where things would stand for you legally, and get yourself prepared just in case of a sudden divorce after finding out she's cheating on you. OP, the more I read your posts, the more poisoned I become from her and her new friend's toxicity. Good luck to you, man. You'll definitely need it. And now for today's final story. I want a divorce from my wife, but everyone wants me to forgive her. Posted by Reddit user ThrowerACH1495.
Throw away for obvious reasons explained below. Me and my wife has been married for 3 years. First, let me say my wife is not struggling with any issues that I am aware of, and we have known each other since grade school. We literally know everything about each other and families. About 2 months ago, I came home and found my wife and 6-month-old daughter on the couch. My wife was asleep and my daughter next to her. The moment I went in to greet them, I smelled my daughter immediately. She needed a diaper change. I didn't know how long it has been since her last diaper change. I took my daughter from the couch to go and change her diaper, as I didn't want to wake up my wife. My wife doesn't sleep during the day, so I know that if I find my wife sleeping during the day or any time before 9 p.m., she had a hectic day and is just drained. I walked into my daughter's room and placed her on the changing table and started to change her diaper. Not even 2 minutes later, my wife walked into the room, and as I greeted her, she looked at me and looked down to my daughter on the changing table and went into a rage and started to attack me. I was stunned for like a second, and instinct kicked in and I leaned over my daughter to protect her. My wife was shouting while hitting me, how could I, over and over again, and that I'm a monster. I had no idea at the time what she was talking about, and the morning I left everything was as good as it could be. She then ran out the room. Like 5 minutes later, 3 police officers had me in handcuffs and my wife going crazy that she caught me assaulting my daughter. I was speechless at that moment and couldn't believe what she was saying. I asked her what she was talking about. All she kept saying is that she saw me doing it. I was arrested and released the next day when the police had a look at the camera footage in my daughter's room. Clearly seeing that I was just busy changing her diaper and nothing happened, there is no evidence that to support my wife's claims, and she attacked me without provocation. I want a divorce, as I can't believe she would even think that I would do something like that. I haven't spoken to her since I got released, and my phone has been blowing up with calls and texts with her apologies. I honestly don't care about that. The moment she said those words to the police, that I assaulted my daughter, it was like all the love I had for her just left me, and all I feel is a void inside of me at the moment. Nothing else. I had her served with divorce papers a week ago, and now everyone is constantly harassing me, from my family, her family, our friend, to talk to her and try counseling to sort this out. She can get counseling if she wants, but I will not be involved. I am going for full custody of my daughter. My lawyer has informed me that I will most probably get full custody of my daughter due to my wife's violent outburst on Kamara, and that I had to shield her with my body and the false claims laid against me noting her mental state. Everyone is saying I'm taking things too far by divorcing her and trying to take my daughter from her. But nobody can give me a reason as to why she did what she did. She herself in the 374 messages hasn't given me an explanation as well. Just constant sorry, and we can go for marriage counseling and individual counseling. Again, I don't care, she can go by herself. I'm just worn down at the moment as the gravity of everything is hitting me. What should I do? Everyone is on her side. What am I missing?
OP, the most important thing that you should understand, if the proof of your innocence did not exist, your life would be over, and not a single soul would believe you. Not a single one. You would be in jail, and the only way you can go out of there is in a body bag. OP, you should not stay in this relationship. No matter what caused her to snap, she physically attacked you. She called the police on you, and she said that you assaulted your own daughter. If everyone continues to harass you over it, then cut them off too. You should not be in a relationship where you have to constantly look over your shoulder, especially if you did nothing wrong. What about the next time, huh? When you're alone in a room with your daughter, playing with her or something, what will happen then? If they cannot understand that, then it will be better if they're not in your life anymore. Good luck, OP. Viewer support is the best way for me to remain independent and continue bringing you these daily videos, which will always be here on my channels for you to watch absolutely free. So please consider subscribing to me on Rumble and on YouTube. Both will be linked in the description box down below. Thanks for listening, everyone. If you even somewhat enjoyed today's story, make sure to give this video a thumbs up, and if you really like it, consider subscribing to PattSun to never miss a future upload. Stay strong.